Picture this. You're in the moment. Everything is lined up, and then something goes wrong. Not dramatically, just enough that you notice, enough that she notices. And you're lying there afterward telling yourself it was stress, it was the week you had, it was nothing. But what if it wasn't stress? What if it was breakfast? Stay with me, because what I'm about to walk you through genuinely changed how I think about food. Not in the abstract wellness way, in the very real, very physical, quietly embarrassing if you ignore it kind of way. Let me ask you something. When you think about performance, whether that means energy, stamina, or drive, you probably think about training, sleep, maybe stress levels. Almost nobody thinks about what they ate 3 hours before they got into bed. And that gap is costing men in ways they'd never openly admit. Here's where the story actually starts. A guy I know, smart, takes care of himself, started noticing a pattern, not a dramatic crash, more like a slow fade, less drive than he used to have, more fatigue. Things that once felt effortless now required real effort. He got blood work done, everything came back normal. Normal testosterone, normal everything. So he told himself it was just age. He was 34 years old. Convinced his body was winding down, and nobody thought to ask what he was eating for lunch. What nobody told him, and what most men never hear, is that the standard Western diet is nearly perfectly designed to suppress the hormones that fuel vitality, drive, and yes, performance in bed. Not in a dramatic way, slowly, over years of breakfasts and lunches that feel completely normal because everyone around you is eating the same thing. Think about what you ate yesterday. Really think. Processed grains, seed oils, something from a bag, probably sugar hiding inside something labeled healthy. That combination, eaten consistently, does something very specific to the male body. It drives chronic inflammation. It spikes insulin repeatedly until your cells start tuning it out. And chronically elevated insulin is one of the most well-documented suppressors of testosterone production that exists. Do you see the shift? This isn't about eating clean because a fitness account told you to. This is chemistry. Your body runs on the inputs you give it, and some of those inputs are actively working against what you want most. Let's get real about what this looks like day to day. You eat a high carbohydrate meal. Blood sugar spikes. Insulin floods the system. Your body prioritizes managing that spike above almost everything else. What gets pushed to the back of the line? Testosterone synthesis, nitric oxide production, the biological signals that make desire, arousal, and physical performance possible. You're asking your body to perform at its peak while simultaneously sending it into metabolic triage mode. And here's the part nobody talks about. The damage is not immediate. You don't eat a bowl of cereal and notice a problem that same night. It compounds, meal by meal, month by month, until the version of you that had easy drive and natural confidence is just gone, and you genuinely cannot point to the moment it left. That's what happened to the guy in the story. It wasn't one bad day. It was 3 years of lunches that looked totally fine on the surface. So what did he actually change? He stopped treating food as entertainment and started treating it as fuel with a specific function. He cut seed oils, dropped the processed carbohydrates, started building meals around things that support hormonal function: eggs, red meat, cruciferous vegetables that help the body process excess estrogen, zinc-rich foods. And saturated fat? Yes, the thing we've spent decades fearing, which happens to be a direct precursor to testosterone production. I'll be honest, I thought that part was overblown when I first heard it. It isn't. Within about 6 weeks, he said something felt different. Not fixed, but different. Like something that had been turned all the way down was finally getting louder again. Now, here's the uncomfortable part. Most people reading this will feel a flicker of recognition right now. A quiet sense that some version of this is about them. And most of those people will close the tab and order the same lunch they always do, because changing how you eat requires admitting the current version of you was partly built by choices you didn't fully understand at the time. That's a harder thing to swallow than a salad. But the man who can look at that honestly, who can say the way I've been fueling myself has been working against me and I'm actually going to do something about it, that man isn't just improving his diet. He's becoming someone who takes full ownership of his physical experience. That shift is not a small thing, because performance in bed isn't separate from who you are. It connects to your energy, your presence, the way you inhabit your own body, and your body is built from what you feed it. Every day, without exception. The science on whether food affects performance is not debatable. That's settled. The only real question is whether you're willing to stop pretending the way you eat has nothing to do with who you are when the lights go out. That answer is yours to make.